Prince Fanshaw'S Special Monster by Deborah Tyler. Once upon a time, for that is how all proper fairy stories begin, there was a prince. His name was Prince Fanshawe, and his parents, Queen Matilda and King Bruno the Wonderful, ruled over the land of Mordinia. They were happy, but they had a problem. The prince would not marry. They had given hundreds of balls, concerts, and parties in his honor. Yet he had not asked a single girl to dance. "They are so dull," complained the prince. "I don't like any of them, and I certainly wouldn't marry them." "But all princes get married," said King Bruno. "It is their royal duty." So King Bruno arranged that his son should start rescuing as many fair maidens as possible in the hope he might meet one that he liked. First, Prince Fanshawe saved Princess Maribel Monk Percy from a giant toad. "Boring," he yawned. Then he rescued Lady Eleanor de Sox from a dragon. "Tedious," he cried. So, in the end, the king and queen just gave up. One day, when he had finished rescuing Lady Gillian Hope Jones from a particularly smelly sea monster, Prince Fanshawe decided to go for a long walk. He was sick of being a hero. In fact, he wished that everyone would leave him alone. Wherever he went, the locals would shout, "Look, there's brave Prince Fanshawe!" Or, "Long live the Mordinian monster slayer!" Prince Fanshawe took his favorite path down the cliffs to the sea. It was a beautiful day. The sea glittered like silver foil, and the sky was a bright blue. Suddenly, for no reason at all, it stopped being a lovely day. The sea boiled and bubbled like Queen Matilda's homemade stew. The sky grew as black as a raven's wing. "I hope it doesn't rain," said the prince to himself. "My sword will rust up." But it did rain, very heavily, and soon huge drops were rolling down his sword buckle. Prince Fanshawe looked around him. He saw a cave cut into the rock that he had never noticed before, and he ran down the rough path towards it. It was a cave which smelt of the sea and the wind. There was a bunch of seaweed hanging above the entrance and a sign which read, "Please knock. No tradespeople. Wipe your feet." So he knocked on the side of a cave. "Who is it?" asked a soft, girlish voice. There was something sad about it, like the rustle of sea grass. "May I come in?" asked the prince. "It is I, Prince Fanshawe, and it's raining jolly hard." "Oh, you are the monster slayer?" said the voice. "Yes," replied the prince. "Well then, you can't come in, for I am a monster." "Have you eaten any fair maidens?" asked Prince Fanshawe with a sigh. The creature within gave a gasp. "No!" it cried in horror. "You see, I once was a maiden myself." "I won't hurt you," said the prince, "but I don't quite understand. What do you mean you used to be a maiden?" "You had better come in and hear my story," said the small voice. So Prince Fanshawe entered the cave. It had walls with fish painted upon them, and it seemed to be empty. But the same small voice spoke again from the shadows. "Once," it began, "I was a princess. I was the Princess Floella, and I lived in a lovely white castle with fountains and peacocks. but I was very vain and very spoiled. I would not eat anything but the best chocolates, and I would only wear dresses made of silk and pearls. I was very rude to everyone, especially my mother and father. I even threw food at the princes who came to court me. Then I made my great mistake. On my 16th birthday, I hit the court magician with a black currant pie. I had aimed it at Prince Dortimund, who was in love with me, but it hit the magician instead. He was so angry he turned me into a monster, and I was immediately banished. But now I'm really very sorry for what I did, sniffed the monster. I am no longer spoiled. Prince Fanshaw had listened to the tale in silence. Now he spoke up. Is there no cure? He asked. I will only change back if a prince can love me and marry me as I am, replied the monster. But what prince would marry a lizard? And with that, the creature stepped forward out of the shadows. She was indeed a lizard with greenish-brown slimy scales, wearing a tattered white party dress and a little gold crown. Prince Fanshaw smiled. Fluella, you are a very special lizard, he said. Princess Fluella smiled back, showing her pointed fangs. So special that I want to marry you, said the prince, and he took her back to the castle with him. Father, he said, this is Princess Fluella. I want to marry her. The king was horrified. My dear boy, he exclaimed, you can't marry a lizard. At this point, the queen fainted. There was a great uproar in the court, and the court lawyers were summoned, but they could find nothing which stated that it was against the law for a prince of the realm to marry a lizard if he wanted to. No one would believe that Fluella was really a princess. The ladies-in-waiting avoided her, and the queen was very rude. What sort of royal wedding will this be? She cried. With a lizard as a bride? Fluella loved Fanshaw with all her heart. She was deeply sorry for his sake that she looked like a horrible monster. As a princess, she had never ever been sorry for anyone, but what if she did not change back to a princess after the wedding, and he remained married to a lizard all his life? And the more she thought, the more she worried, until one day she decided to run away. On the night before her wedding, Fluella packed a small bag and tried to leave the castle. As she passed the castle fountain, she shed 2 tears. 2 diamond drops rolled down her scaly skin. Suddenly she felt herself shudder and heard a crack like glass breaking. Then she heard Prince Fanshaw's voice. Fluella, where are you going? He cried. I can't marry you, she sighed. I love you too much to see you married to a lizard. Then she looked at the ground. There on the floor was her lizard skin. No, Fanshaw exclaimed. You are beautiful. Look into the fountain pool. Princess Fluella looked into the pool. The lizard scales had gone, and a beautiful girl looked up at her. She had creamy white skin, lovely amber eyes, and a mass of dark curly hair. The only sign that she had ever been a lizard was a streak of green through one of her curls. Fluella wept for joy. The wedding of Prince Fanshaw and Princess Fluella was a very merry occasion. The castle and cathedral were decorated with garlands of roses and beautiful seashells, and the children of the land hung paper fish from all the trees. Fluella and Fanshaw were very happy together. They ruled their kingdom wisely and well, and in time they had a son. He was a handsome boy with golden hair and eyes as green as a lizard.